The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
It's an exciting day here at Mossy Creek. We are so thrilled to introduce our new head men's and women's swimming coach to Carson-Newman. I want to thank Suzanne Strudwick, who's in attendance with us today, who assisted greatly in this process. We sought after someone with character, integrity, competency, someone who is a high achiever and knows how to win, someone who's a teacher, an effective communicator, someone with a great-looking beard, who can recruit well, but most importantly, someone who's a great fit at Carson-Newman University. Given the timing of our search, we felt certain that we already had the right person with us in Coach Young, but we had some issues that needed to be addressed and thought this would be an excellent opportunity for Coach Young to prove us right. Coach Young was announced as a Carson-Newman's interim head coach on August 3rd, as our previous head coach left right before the start of the fall semester, so timing was kind of interesting. Ben has most definitely done a magnificent job and has quite the pedigree. If I could, he is the first Carson-Newman male swimmer to earn All-America honors in 2015. His 200 free relay team became the first All-Americans in the history of the program, men or women, with their top 8 finish at nationals. Coach Young still has the program's 9th fastest time in the 50 free at 20.46, the 100 free at 44.98, as well as the 8th fastest time in the 200 free, 1 minute 39 seconds and 0.71, and the 6th fastest in the 50 back, 23.67, I believe is your record. So, but most importantly, Ben has helped the Eagles improve on those times since rejoining our program. Since coming back as an assistant, Carson-Newman's men's swimmers have produced 7 of the fastest times in program history in the 50, 100, and 200 free. In his 2 years as an assistant with the program, Coach Young helped coach 22 All-American swimmers and 23 honorable mention All-American swims. Along the way, Carson-Newman swimmers have reset 11. It's possibly more than that now. Records at nationals over the last 2 years. He's helped the women's team finish 9th at nationals in 2021, the program's best finish ever, and we're hopeful that we'll set some new records here on March 8th through 12th when he takes 14 student athletes to nationals this year. So Coach Young is married to the former Carson-Newman swimmer Amanda Henderson. Is with us, and they have a son Luca and live here in Jefferson City. So it's my pleasure, my distinct pleasure, to warmly welcome Ben Young as our new head men's and women's swimming coach at Carson-Newman. Congratulations.
All right, Ben, if you would, start us off with a little opening statement.
Yeah, man, this is intimidating. No, this is fantastic. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everyone that came. Thank you to everybody that has supported me along the way. Obviously, it has been one incredible journey, but thank you to Matt for all the fantastic words, and thank you to Suzanne as well for giving me this opportunity, right? And as Matt said, to prove everybody right. So I definitely would say that it didn't start out that way. I have an interesting journey that at the end of the day continues to be told. But my time here at Carson-Newman, it's fantastic to be back here. I never really left, so it's hard to say that good to be back here, but it is good to be back with the program and able to stay with the program for a consistent amount of time. So super excited to finish out this season, which has been a whirlwind of a first season, and with a lot to celebrate, a lot to work on, and a lot to figure out moving forward. So excited to wrap up this season, and again, just want to say an extreme amount of gratitude goes out to everyone who has allowed me to get to this place and has allowed me and has helped me get here to where I am, especially my family, my wife, my parents, my sister, who are all here, and every single coach along the way that's helped me be the coach that I am, be the swimmer that I was, and help guide me and the man that I hope to be moving forward. So thanks to everybody, and excited to wrap this season up and continue moving forward.
Did you ever imagine as you were taking practice time on the Cowan Field when you arrived on campus as a soccer player that this moment would be in the offing.
Yeah.
Or so later.
Yeah, no, I told you my story is quite interesting. So yeah, I came to Mossy Creek as a soccer player originally. It's honestly where I spent the majority of my childhood as well. I grew up being a ball boy for the Carson-Newman men's soccer team, and again just had a lot of ties through club soccer to the men's program here under Alan Vitale, and then also with Richard Moody. And so, did not necessarily expect it. Again, if you had talked to me in high school, Carson-Newman was the one place I never wanted to come. And so I left for a year, and again, it was. I very quickly realized that not only is family incredibly important to me, but I'm also a big old mama's boy. So came running back, and again, the rest is history. Carson-Newman, I came in, and again, just loved it here from a very from the beginning, and so. Not in my wildest dreams did I also expect to then come back and continue to be employed by Carson-Newman.
Obviously, you were part of early success with the swim program in the pool, and it's been success that's been maintained since the program was founded over, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
How do you continue that level of excellence that the program has had over the last decade?
Yeah, it's big shoes to fill, that's for sure. Again, the past coaches between Jordan Taylor and then Paige and Dana McCord, again, they started building something. They had a vision for building something great and started that. Obviously, I was a part of that the first 2 years of the program with being a swimmer here, but even more so the year after my swimming ended. Again, I stayed on as an assistant coach. Came back a couple times to finish my master's, and so again, that's why I say it's nice to be back again and be staying as opposed to kind of bouncing back and forth. But so I was, I guess in the end, you can say that I was a part of building, a part of starting to build that, and we've obviously done a lot of building since then, and massive shoes to fill, and a big testament to what has been built here with prior coaching. So,
Carson Swimming had never finished above a bronze medal position at a conference championship until
this year. Yeah.
What's that say about the capabilities and growth of this team?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shoe-in. Again, I'm not gonna toot our horns that much. With Queens leaving our conference and us joining into the SAC conference, it wasn't guaranteed, but we kind of knew it was on our radar. And so now, instead of saying, "Hey, how nice is it to get a plaque?" This is our first year getting a plaque instead of a trophy, but. Again, the trophy is for that number one spot, and for us, it's finding a way to build a program that is sustainable to not only swim with Wingate, but also beat Wingate. And so that, again, that's our biggest goal, is making sure that we build a program that not only is within the top 10 every year nationally ranked, and then also a team that it's expected to fight for a conference title every year, as opposed to just assume that we're going to be runner-up, which I think that's the mentality right now.
Again, the interim tag gets removed at a fun time. Heading to nationals next week, just how exciting is it taking 14, a bunch of individuals, a bunch of relays to compete for national championships?
Yeah, honestly, it's almost like Christmas. I jokingly say to the swimmers on a regular basis that this is my favorite time of the year. Our group dwindles down a little bit. We've got a little bit more pool space. We spend our life in a 6-lane pool, and so we utilize that space very appropriately with the size of the team that we have. However, now that we are dwindled down a little bit to just our national team, it really gives us an opportunity to individualize each session that we're in the pool with them. And really focus in on fixing the things that we saw in conference moving forward into nationals. But as opposed to hovering over 50 athletes, you're looking at 14 athletes now, and so it's extremely nice. It's like Christmas for me in the sense that we have a lot of switched-on athletes that are super excited to be there, excited to finish out the season on a strong note. And we've got the mentality that it's a common myth that it's really hard to double taper and drop all the way down going into conference, and then 3 weeks later get back up and go even faster. And so again, for us, it's all about debunking that myth and making sure that we set ourselves up to go faster at nationals. So,
aside from swimming really, really fast, what do you want the hallmarks of your teams to be?
Ooh, hallmark of the teams. Again, being present in the moment. I think we have had an issue doing that in the past. I think sometimes we get caught up in the fact that we're at nationals, and that means one thing, as opposed to actually just being present in the moment that, hey, we are actually at nationals. The fact that we're at nationals means that we belong there, and so it's an opportunity for them to soak up the moment, get excited for fast racing, but more importantly, just take in the experience. At some point, we don't have the ability to continue to swim at the same level day in and day out. At one point, our eligibility runs out. Trust me, I used every last bit of my eligibility between soccer and swimming, and my time in college was long. But at the end of the day, it's making sure that they understand every opportunity they get to swim at a meet like this with the level of competition that there is. It's just another experience they get to gain from their college years.
Any other questions for Coach Young? All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.